All right, let's get started at 7 o'clock. Let the record show that all board members are present and accounting for. Accounting. Moving on to the consent calendar. If everyone has reviewed, we need a motion to approve the July 11th consent calendar.
I move we approve the minutes.
Second.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Jim Fricke,
Yes.
Dean Mober,
Yes.
Jeff Flynn.
Yes. Moving on to new business, hearing from the audience. As a reminder, this section is for items not on the agenda. If you want to provide comment on the budget, please wait until the items for action section A, which is the public opinion section of the 2017 budget. In addition, we have allotted 2 minutes for each person wishing to speak. Please understand that staff may not have had notice of your topic, and the fire board may not have an opinion on the topic until further review. So, saying that, any comments from the audience? Yes.
I have some questions from the township patrons, and some of it, I think, falls under replacement of the new pumpers. And how much does it cost to replace a pump on one of these trucks?
About 24 to 25, 26,000.
So, 30 ballpark,
Yep.
and to replace a truck, it's 650 plus,
It's right now we're looking at 6 something.
yeah, well, 650 plus. And is there that big of a cost difference between EMS and a regular fireman? If you guys, all of your people are EMS and fireman certified, does your insurance go up, or because they are?
What do you mean you are?
Is it less, Charlie, you're going to want to know, is it less insurance for just a fireman, or is it more insurance if they're EMS fireman certified?
Here we go again!
I don't understand. I mean, what insurance?
Liability insurance.
Oh, no, the liability's the same.
It's the same, okay. And how many house fires have been in High Prairie last 10 years?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue.
And I think we asked that question 4 or 5 months ago, we still don't have an answer. Okay, and we sold the last truck for $1,000, is that right?
3,000.
3,000.
$3,000. Okay, well, that's all Charlie Cullen had. Now, the new truck is $650,000 plus, right? I think Jim Westmoreland last meeting went and shared with us that it's a more efficient truck. Is that right? I'm wondering how is it more efficient?
I don't know if I said more efficient. Did you say I said that?
Yeah, you said it was more efficient.
I don't think I said more efficient. I said it was a more modern, more technically capable truck. You're talking about the one we want to buy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting the latest thing with all the bells and whistles on it.
Okay, does it haul more water than the old truck?
No.
Does it haul more people?
Yeah.
How many?
The truck we have now can safely haul 2. We can put 3 in there. The new trucks are 5 to 6.
And is it going to get you to the fire faster?
No.
No. And one last question Ed had was, who's paying for it?
The patrons of District 1.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't know. So it is coming out of our taxes, and is our taxes going up?
What are you referring to, the purchase of a truck?
Yeah.
We haven't voted on the purchase of a truck.
I mean, if it does, if you do pass
It would
it,
be like any purchase, it would come from Fire District 1 if we approve the purchase of a
so
truck.
that it wouldn't bother the taxpayers? Or would you ask for a mill levy increase, or?
We will, I think the point to be made is we would discuss what's in the best interest of what we feel is the board for the Fire District. And if we feel a new truck is in order, we probably all approve that, but it hasn't been discussed and it hasn't been approved.
Okay, all right. 2 units, okay, and
I should let me rephrase that. It has been discussed, but it hasn't been approved.
Right, I'll just put to be announced.
That's fine.
So if it doesn't get you, if it doesn't hold any more water, and it doesn't get you the fires any faster, it just holds more people, then we could replace a pump or 2 or 3 on one of the existing fire trucks, rather than go to the expense of $650,000.
As long as you can find parts for them. They're 25-year-old trucks, they quit making parts, they quit making these old-style pumps. Things get discontinued.
So is there also an equipment upgrade also for the firemen on this truck?
It'll be a safer truck, yes. It'll be
Well,
made,
equipment-
it'll be made to 2016 standards rather than to 1995 standards.
Well, I think what he was referring to was like the tanks you had mentioned out there at High Prairie, the tanks, you know, every time they're upgrading those tanks.
Yes, they make upgrades every 3
And that makes the firemen
years.
have different apparatuses.
Right.
So if you get a new truck, do they have are the new tanks on the truck?
No, that's additional equipment that we will have to purchase separately.
So that's not included in the entity of the truck?
No, the truck is a truck.
Okay. Well, he told me if I got 3 out of 5 answers no, he said we could pay for a whole lot of pumps. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you. Anyone else? Moving on to special reports. Chief?
I have one thing to add. I would like to commend the crew of A Shift, which is on duty today. We had a call this morning of a vehicle off the roadway, possibly into a ditch. Upon our arrival, we found a vehicle that had gone off the roadway, over an embankment, about a 30-foot embankment, down into a creek bed. And when I walked up to the scene, I was immediately confronted with poison ivy leaves this big. And the guys never even hesitated. They headed on down over the hill, took care of the patient, got the patient out of there, and poison ivy stops me right now. These guys, Dave, Brandon, and Josh, all are to be commended for, hey, we're going to take care of the patient, we're going to do what we need to do, and we'll worry about the poison ivy later.
Great job, guys.
Worry about
So-
the poison ivy.
Guys did
They're
a
over there
good job.
scratching. I saw you.
Yeah, oh, I'm scratching.
Where was this again?
On 5 Highway by Walcott. A lady passed out and a gentleman was in front of her and he said, I saw her swerving and all of a sudden I didn't see her behind me no more. And she made a dirt spot when she hit the embankment about that big around. Otherwise, you would have never known the car had gone off. And she was down
Oh,
over
it was
the
in that
embankment
area.
and about
I
100
would
feet up
find
the road.
treacherous, got curves and
We
hills.
saw the car down in that mess and these guys never hesitated, headed right on down over the hill. And of course, now they're allowed to be sick for the next 2 weeks.
Rick, if any of you guys get poison ivy, Zanfeld, Z-A-N-F-E-L, is the best.
And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Kudos to you guys.
Items for action. So as we move into the public hearing portion of the agenda, it's important to quickly cover the participation procedures. The intent is that our procedures are user-friendly and welcome thoughts and ideas that add value to the process. We request that the comments be held to 2 minutes. If you go over that a lot of time, we'll respectfully remind you that your time has been used up. The process will be open to the public after we have a motion by a fire board member to open public hearing portion of the 2017 budget hearing, and it will close the same way. After the public hearing, there will be no further input accepted from the audience. In regards to the budget, it is important to know that the fire board has had numerous discussions in previous monthly fire board meetings, as well as the working session on this topic. So moving on to topic A, we need a motion to open the public hearing portion of the budget.
I move that we open the public hearing portion.
I second it.
2017 budget.
Anybody have any comments on the hearing?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to vote. Excited to get to that.
Jim Westmoreland. Marcus Major.
Yes.
Jim Freaky.
Yes.
Dean Mulberg.
Yes.
Jeff Clem.
Yes. Compare that whole thing, there's nobody going to talk? All right.
But it sounded really good.
You sounded professional.
We now need a motion to close the public hearing portion of the 2017 budget hearing.
I so move that we close the public hearing.
Lisa.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Jim Freaky,
Yes.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jeff Clapp.
Yes. So we now need a motion for the approval of the budget that was published.
I move that the board take steps to approve the 2017 budget based on 8.5. I've lost my train.
As published.
As published.
As published.
And published, yeah.
Second.
Not sure why you wanted.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Jim Freaky,
Yes.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jeff Clapp.
Yes. Topic D, second quarter treasury report.
Yeah, I handed out a copy as usual that you can read. So far, this is the, we call it the second quarter budget, but it's basically how we've done our budget execution for the first 6 months of the year, January through June. And so far, all three of our major line items, personnel, all other costs in total, is running about a little over 5.5% under straight line, which if you extend that out to the dollar amount, it's $60,000 that we are to the good, so to speak, below straight line. And the chief does a real good job, as far as I'm concerned, looking at all of the folders which you keep for each month. And obviously, we're doing a good job executing the budget. So we've got a little bit of pad there in case we have some catastrophe, you know, or some unseen circumstance. Maybe we'll have a poison ivy treatment bill that we didn't know we were gonna have.
Need a motion to approve the second quarter treasury report.
I move that we move the second quarter treasury report.
Second.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Jim Freaky,
Yes.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jeff Clapp.
Yes. Moving on to section E, permission to cash in CD. Rick, can you give some color on that?
In this year's budget, the board approved last year to transfer $30,000 from equipment reserve to the general fund for the purchase of ventilation equipment out in the station, out in the bay. That equipment has been bought, paid for, and now the CD is now due. So what we need is a permission to cash in that CD, and it's for $30,000 and some change, and we'll just roll the extra money over into another CD. This
being
is a
held where?
letter. Do what?
Where's it being held?
Citizens. So this is a letter that the bank has required that you guys approve, that Jeff can go up and sign the paper, cash that CD in.
So you want a motion to cash the CD in for $30,202?
Yes.
I so move.
Second.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Jim Freaky,
Yes.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jeff Clapp.
Yes. On that topic, while I was sitting there, should we have also added that motion, the renewal of a CD?
No, it automatically renews.
It automatically renews.
Yeah, there's 2 CDs due right now, so we'll take the money out of the one and cash it in and take that 200 and whatever it is, put it over in that other CD. It has to be done tomorrow.
I got it 6 in the morning.
Oh,
So
well,
can,
okay, well, I can change it then real quick to have Jeff, to have Dean do it then before you guys leave.
That
Let me
sounds fine.
rechange it like that. So the motion needs to read to have Dean.
so let's, do we need a motion to cancel what we just did?
Oh, we just did two.
We just said to cash in the CD. I didn't put that it was
Okay.
you, just the
Well,
paperwork
I'll
needs to
redo the
be.
letter then,
Thank you.
because we're running right on the 10 days.
Or it could be that if he's not available, the treasurer can do it, right?
Yeah, either one.
I can do it.
Thank you, Dean.
Okay. Well, before you guys, there's lots of paperwork to sign out, so.
Go ahead. Items for discussion. Replacement of pumpers.
Okay, everybody's favorite topic apparently tonight. We have talked about this, and I know a couple of guys are for it and one's against it, and a couple of guys are kind of up in the air, so I kind of need to know where we need to go on this truck. We talked about there was going to be a price increase, and I did get the price increase effective on or about October 1st. It's going to go up 3%, which is $16,814. So if we wait till next year, there may be another price increase in 6 months. It looks like it's about every 6 months they're taking a price increase. So if we wait, past October, we've wasted $16,000. If we go past March, there's probably going to be another $16,000 or $17,000. So waiting till next year, we're going to throw away, maybe $40,000 worth of taxpayers' money. So, but if that's what the board wants, that's where we're at. So I kind of need, if we're a go or not a go, or we don't need a motion to say we need a truck, because that will be coming up to you guys once we get all the hard and fast numbers.
From my standpoint, we just replaced a 25-year-old truck. Hindsight's 20/20. We took it out to Station 2 and lost probably $7,000
Yeah, we probably
or more worth of equity. Being able to, and these other two trucks are the same, about 25 years old. Problem I see, breakdown, as we talked about, driving them until they stop. That's all well and good, but as we know, it takes a year to get a truck. I think we have to look at replacing the two trucks with one. That's adequate equipment for the district. But number two, we're going to replace it sooner or later. We do it, make a motion, or we get our bid in by October, before October. We save 16 grand. We wait longer, it's only going to cost more money. We wait 2 years, I mean, who knows? One of the trucks breaks down, we got to replace it, then it's an urgent deal. We have saved, and we have it allocated in our budget proposal. So it's not like the money's not there. We have been planning for this. I just hate to see a piece of equipment go down. But as mentioned earlier, does it hold more water? No. Does it get there faster? No. But neither does the car I was driving 25 years ago. Got me places same speed. Yeah, I drive fast. But my new car does the same, but I don't have a vehicle that I had 25 years ago. So it's either we spend it now or we spend more later. That's the way I look at it.
Well, I look at it as a two-sided to save the taxpayers money. I just don't see, in any way, I don't see any, it just doesn't make, it's not logical to me not to go ahead and order that truck, in time to save the $16,000. That's one side of the coin. If you don't do that, the other side of the coin is the taxpayer's going to be spending more money nursing these old trucks along until we can get that up. We're going to do that anyway, waiting on a new truck for roughly a year to get it. So I don't see wasting that $16,000 by waiting to order the truck. It just doesn't make sense to me.
One of my concerns is we have 562 and 571. And they're currently operational. Where are they currently located? Where are they?
One's located here and one's located at Station 2.
Okay,
And I know one concern, not mean to interrupt you, one concern you had was affording it, the next truck due for replacement, looking down the highway, the next truck due for replacement is in 2027. So we've got a big gap that we won't be, shouldn't be buying trucks.
10,
So,
11 years.
yeah, so I
But
mean,
then-
our oldest truck now is a 2007, after we get rid of these two old trucks. So we're going to be in pretty good shape. The only other big purchase we've got coming up, and we've talked about this, will be the air packs in 3 years, and that's 120, 125, 150,000. So that's what we're looking at for the next foreseeable future.
So then if say in the event we do purchase this truck, that truck I assume would be here? Or is that
Yes.
going to be out?
No, that's going to be in here. We're going to take a truck that's made for the country, put it out in Station 2. So that's, one thing, we're going to be in good shape once we get rid of these two trucks. We're going to be in pretty good shape. Just getting rid of these two trucks.
And what could we get for 62 and 71?
I don't know. I can call the folks up and we can start getting a price on it, probably we'll ask around the 35-ish range for 62, 71 will probably be a little less, what we get for it.
I thought you said they would give us zero for it.
They would not give us a trade-in. Now, what we sell it for is,
But that's
we
us
can
selling.
ask, that's us selling it, it's not trade-in. Yeah, we can ask 35 and pay, we asked 25 for the other one and took
Right.
3. But, let's get rid of it before it falls apart and we can get nothing, absolutely nothing for it.
Do we have a handle of maintenance costs, insurance costs, what it costs us month to month or annually to keep those two trucks in service?
It's about $1,000 a year for insurance on a truck.
Okay.
So by going with one truck instead of two, we're gonna save a little on
Your
insurance,
on that truck
maintenance wise.
should be dramatically higher than the insurance.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a wash. I'm
I would
guessing
bet
it's
it's
in
gonna
the
be
two.
higher.
What about maintenance?
Well, of course, new truck's not gonna cost us anything for 2 years.
Is one of them the Freightliner?
No, a GMC.
Okay, so brakes,
Brakes,
Freightliner went
the
through brakes.
biggest trouble we're having right now is keeping relays in them for our dump. We're going through relays twice a year, burning them up. Don't know why. And that's not expensive, but it's labor and it's we need the water now, and this water's not coming out.
Yeah.
So the relays themselves aren't that expensive, but it's, it could be catastrophic.
It's got to work.
It's gotta
Yeah.
work.
So you've done the homework, you've done the research, justifying how we turn or sell two and go to one.
Yes, like I told you guys in my memo, and I put it out specifically so the public could also know, when we built Station 2, we lost a truck. Now that the board is fully manned, we call fully manned, we've got one person at Station 2, 24 hours, we've gated that truck back now. So we can cut back to 4 pumpers that we need.
Anything you'd like to see information-wise at the next meeting?
I think we need to see a maintenance evaluation over the last few years on both those trucks. I think we need to understand what approximately we can sell those vehicles for. I mean, there's a lot of information that we don't have that we need to make a decision. From a trade-in value, it was 0, but if there's some additional costs or a value that we should understand what those are. So we have a truck that's going to get very little on the oldest one. Why not run that into the ground? It works.
Well, and what we could do on the oldest one is keep it as a reserve till it just absolutely dies. I would like to see 62, let's get rid of it pretty quickly while the piping and plumbing and everything is still in good shape.
It is the higher dollar truck.
It's the higher
If you
dollar
got rid
truck.
of that now, is it mandatory that you have to have a replacement?
No, like I say, we're cutting back one truck anyway, so,
So to maximize the value, you could recommend a sale of that,
right now.
run this oldest one into the ground because there's very little value to it. But also, that's kind of where I was thinking we were.
Yeah,
I
I've
didn't know we were
given you
gonna sell
guys,
second.
and I've given you guys the maintenance history, but it's been a year or so
Yeah.
since we've been talking about this for 18 months anyway,
The
so.
maintenance history is never going to show that there's a huge amount of cost in it. It's just, do we decide this is
Yeah.
the time to replace it?
Yeah.
Because every time I've looked at it, there's nothing that stands out that says, this is crazy, it's $3,000 a year, and that's some things like tires is in that cost that you're gonna have on any vehicle.
But it's like, again, I say, it's, you know, the paint,
Yep.
you know, we're getting rust issues on it, the doors are gonna fall off of it, we've got a crack in the cab.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting to be, they're 25
That's
years
what worries
old.
me is the
They're
reliability.
they're 25 years old.
I just hate to think of them running
Yeah.
down the road and then anything craps out and then there's a house burning something.
Well, I agree with keeping it till it dies. If we sell the other one, get maximum, we get 30, 35 grand for it, great. But I would be uncomfortable running that truck unless we have one on order to replace it.
Right.
Because it dies, we're down 2 trucks.
Exactly.
Yeah, now we're screwed.
And we're gonna wait
Now we're-
10,
now we're
12
screwed.
months to get a new truck
Especially
replaced.
when you gotta wait a
Are
year
we
to
at
get
risk?
that truck.
Yeah, we can't run with 3 trucks. We have to have 4.
You have more than that.
We have 5 right now, that's what I'm saying. Well, I want to run with 4. We
But if
can't
we
run
sell
with 3.
one-
We can't run with 3.
You're talking about, why can't we run with 3?
Because we need to have at least 3 here in town, we need to have 1 in the country.
Pumpers.
Yes.
Here, this is only a pumper discussion, right? I mean, because you got more than that. You have brush trucks and other things.
Yeah, we're just talking about, the brush trucks are brand new.
Are you
We're not
saying
talking. We're not
it's
talking
against
brush trucks.
regulation, or are you just saying to do
No,
that?
for, and
You
again,
can't have
I'll
2
mention,
here,
I'll say ISO, and everybody hollers at me when I say ISO, but the rating we've got of 4 will suffer if we don't have 3 pumpers in
What is
town.
it?
So that's because there's no hydrants out there.
Well, I'm talking
in my
about, I'm
neighborhood-
talking about in town. We need to have 3 pumpers in town and 1 in the country.
And that has to just be on call or
No,
or
that-
on order to do that?
No, they have to be sitting in the station.
Or they're going to lower our rating.
They'll, yeah,
It'll go
We
up.
should probably, or it's gonna go up.
yeah.
We should probably get that in writing that they're gonna do.
It's in writing. It's
Okay,
it's
well, we
part
also
of their,
got-
it's part of their package. That's
That
what's
the
required.
taxpayers
Our fire flow
now-
is, our fire
I
flow
heard
is.
it's gonna get a reduction and they didn't get one, right?
We
When we
got
added the vehicles out there.
one.
Yeah, they got it, it's their fault.
Through your insurance company?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some insurance companies didn't allow it, but we got the letter from the ISO agent. What's his name? Tim
I still got,
Well, whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, your ISO guy, yeah,
Anyway,
Yeah.
Rick got me the letter, and some of the insurance companies agreed to honor it, and some didn't, but that was your choice to,
yeah.
whatever insurance company you want to go with.
Yeah. So if we sell 2, we have 4. Or we sell 1, we have 4.
right.
And you're thinking that we're at risk because if the 1 goes down, we have 3, and our ISO rating would go up.
Yeah, because then
If
we'd
we
have to
told
have 2
everybody
here,
we
and
had
we'd have
3.
2 here in town, we have to have 3,
We
and then we
have 4 vehicles. 1 just wouldn't be operational.
yeah,
Which is
that's-
why we parked 1 out there originally that we never ran, was to try and get an ISO rating improvement.
Sure.
That's what you told us.
No, I did not want that truck parked out there. That was, a board member wanted that truck parked out
That
there.
was our reserve truck.
Yes.
But wasn't it the intent, was it would help our
It
ISO?
was his intent of whatever. No, when we order a truck, I say, we need to get rid of this truck, we need to get rid of the truck, let's get rid of it now. And he wanted to keep it, and we kept it way too long, and it cost us.
Yeah, that's the one we didn't get nothing for.
We got nothing for it. Had we got rid of it 18 months sooner,
When it was working?
when it was working, yes.
Yeah.
So,
So there's probably some work to come up with what are the perceived values, approximate values, that we think we can get for both vehicles, and what the maintenance costs are on both of those to understand those.
I kind of like the idea, of sell the good one and keep the other one.
Yeah, but I think there might be a difference is get 1 on order. And-
yes, we need
Yeah.
to. Before we sell one, we need to get one on order.
Why?
The one we keep.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not gonna order one, then we're not gonna sell the good
Fireman's opinion
one.
is the one that's most reliable.
Yeah,
It may not, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you know what the RAM data is, you know, basically. And the one we need to keep ought to have the best RAM data.
So we have 2 vehicles that
That
have
would be the better one.
decent maintenance records that we're wanting to get rid of. Because they're working fine right now, but they're not.
Well, they've had problems and they're going to have more
But
problems.
the problem, all right, so where we're differing is you put numbers in front of us and they haven't been significant problems. So unless there's some,
Well,
We've rebuilt the transmission.
71, we've already put a $20,000 pump in, not a pump, but the intake plumbing on it,
Yes.
okay?
We moved it to stainless, right, or something?
Well, no, it's still this black steel.
Okay.
This truck sitting out here is just that age now, and we have replaced 2 intakes on it. And we've been lucky, it's just we've been able to unbolt the 2.5-inch intakes. They're pieces that long, but they've already failed. So if they've already failed, the rest of the plumbing's right behind it. And that plumbing is gonna be about another $22,000 once it goes,
The new truck or the old truck?
the old truck.
Yeah. The news are
Then-
all stainless, right? So you're not
No,
gonna have those.
the new ones, the brand new ones are stainless.
Yeah.
We're buying stainless, so they're good for, that's one of the upgrades we do get. We don't get the bottom of the line truck. One of the upgrades we do get is the stainless steel plumbing because we do keep them for 20 years.
Why don't we just gather some data? There might be a good story there we haven't seen yet. There might be
How
some-
much more data you want? I mean, I've given you stuff
Where's-
over,
All right, where's the maintenance cost?
I've given you that, but I'll give it to you again, but I've given it to you over the
A
last,
year ago you gave it to us.
yeah, I give it to you a year ago,
So
yeah.
you're asking for 600 grand, so
Yeah.
there's a
No,
series
that's
of
what I
things
say,
we
I'll,
should go through.
yeah,
All right,
you've gotten it, but I'll give it to you again.
okay.
All right, here's the, in 24, I'm reading the memo that you gave. In 2014, you purchased a new pumper tanker for about $460 grand.
Right.
That's a good deal. And replaced a 25-year-old truck. Okay, the same basic truck today is 100 grand more
Yes,
in 2 years.
in 2 years.
Okay, but here it
Leavenworth
says,
City just bought 3 trucks, just like we've got, and the price was $560.
okay, now,
And that price is
I'm not
guaranteed.
trying to nickel down this thing. a bit.
No, but that's
I'm
what I
just
say, that
trying to
price
have-
is
I'm having a hard
guaranteed till
time
October
understanding 100,000 in 2 years and 16,000 a year increase.
No, it's 16,000
That's where I'm lost.
October 1st.
Yeah.
When their last price, I don't know.
Oh,
when
it's
their-
already 100,000.
Yeah, it's already
gonna go up
100, so
another-
yeah, it's going to go up
So it's
another 16.
120
and
grand
it's-
for
and
2.5
it's- And in
years
6 months more, it's probably going to go up again.
3%
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we place an order, we lock the price in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if it takes a year and a half on them, it's still the same price.
Yeah.
And we're going to one, we're gonna go out to other vendors, or are we just going to one?
We do like we did last time, it's just, we're on the Houston area pricing index like we did before. Kansas City, Missouri's on it, Kansas City, Kansas, all the
They're
Johnson
only
County.
one manufacturer.
Yeah, they're all under one, they're under that conglomerate, what we did before. And if you buy a truck through the federal government, they want to know why you don't use
Right,
one of
right.
these
Yeah,
conglomerates.
no, I'm all about that.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
about
If you
that.
tell them you're not going to go under one of these, then they want to know why.
Are we associated with the federal government, or we have to do that?
No, we're not, what they want, that's their pricing, that's their
Yeah.
pricing, but that's what we did last time because we did save quite a bit of money.
I'm not sure the federal government is a good barometer.
Well, I understand,
But I'll just put that out there.
I understand.
So to summarize this thing, we're looking at about 60 grand a year
Yeah,
increase every year on a new truck is 60 grand a year. Ouch. Well, there goes your profit that you've been undermining.
I don't know how
That's
come
the-
Fairmont's got an aerial,
that's
we
the
don't.
escalation, but if you have.
You're locked in.
Leonard's got 3.
Ah, there you go. What are they, 1.5?
No, yeah.
They're running
Plus
about
it takes you a year.
Why don't you and I work on some stuff so we're ready for the next meeting? So usually we can get there before we have the
Okay.
next one. I just
Well-
want to understand some things.
If we're leaning that way, then we need to get with the vendor and start getting some specs down hard and fast, so we're not trying to do something the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So can I kind of say we're leaning towards,
So the vendor has a hard time doing some specs for us on the
well,
estimate?
specs on a fire truck are that thick.
Oh.
Everything's an option.
I'm leaning so far, I'm about to fall.
They start with 2 pieces of channel, and from there up, and even that's an option. Do you want this grade of steel, or do you want this grade of steel?
Feel like I'm buying an airplane.
Like I said, the same truck that we buy for $460,000, South Johnson County pays almost $800,000 for it. Because they have the heated mirrors, they have drop-down steps, they have all the bells and whistles. We buy, the trucks are priced from here to here, and our price truck is, it's not the bottom, because we do buy the stainless steel plumbing, because that's a 20-year deal. So we do get a few upgrades, but it's way off what we can spend.
Specking it out's gonna have to be done, whether we buy this year, next year, or the year after.
Yeah, what we're looking at is basically that we've talked to the guys, and we're basically looking at the
So
same
I don't
truck
see
we
it
just
hurting
got.
anything to spec it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think that's
I think we should.
Okay.
many times did we review their design? A couple or 3 times we went over there, over that last truck we bought?
I think you guys just did it once, we did it for
No,
months.
I'm talking about you guys,
Oh, yeah, we did it for months.
several times.
Yeah.
You have to. so
And the
that-
guys are
you have to
pretty
build
happy
that
with this,
into-
the guys are pretty happy with this design. We'll make a few changes because there's stuff on this truck that we don't need to do again. So there'll be a few
So
modifications.
X amount of time for the vendor to come up with the initial set, I'll just call them blueprints. And then you guys have to review it, make changes. So you got a timetable there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be wind up, it could be a little cheaper.
Which means it's getting shorter, we want to save
Because I
that.
have no idea what Lumberg got. I mean, they probably got step down steps and heated mirrors.
No, they basically got the same truck we did. 'Cause they've been out here numerous times.
I'm just.
Yeah, so.
Jeff, question for Dean. You said because they took, I didn't catch the truck, you said they took out there and they lost $7,000 because of the location?
No. Hanging on to it for 18 months, had we put it on the market, probably would have gotten 3 times what we ended up getting because 18 months later, we had leaking
Yeah, we blew a hole in the pipe.
So
and,
there wasn't, okay.
no, location
And
had
we
nothing
chose
do
not
with
to fix it.
Could have happened here.
Yes, we didn't want to spend, well, I think it was 10 grand, and
Yeah, it was gonna be 16 grand and
Yeah.
we were probably gonna get 15 grand out of it, so.
That's
Okay,
right.
I just misunderstood him.
No, it was just because it's
Said
set
when
for a year and a half.
I thought after we sold that one, when we took this truck out there to replace the one we sold, it lost equity of $7,000. I thought, oh, location? What the-
No.
It's all one district. It's like, what?
That location wasn't a condition of the truck.
Okay. And Rick, when you said that when you built station number 2, you lost a truck?
When we built Station 2, we had to put a truck out there and we had one volunteer. And the one volunteer works 8 hours a day, he's on vacation, he does other things with his wife, and family. So we can figure volunteers available about 20 to 25% of the time. So with that truck sitting out there with no volunteers, 75% of the time, that truck set 75% of the time. We knew we lost a truck for 75% of the time. You understand my logic? There's nobody out there to drive it. I mean, we can come from here, go out there and pick it up and drive it back in, but that's not doing us a whole lot of good. Now that we've got a person sitting out there 24/7, we've gained that truck back.
Thanks for bringing that up. So, board member concerns. Jim?
Well,
Or Jim too?
Jim, you?
Well, as a couple of us know, in the old airborne units, backward planning, I think Rick needs to, under the assumption we're gonna try to save $16,000, I think Rick needs to do some backward planning and come up with some no later than dates that we gotta move to make
That's a good
that.
idea.
But it's not 16,000. That's my point. It's not 16,000. It's a lot more than
If we
that.
don't order the truck before it's.
No.
That's a
My-
minimum.
my
It's really
point.
like 56 or 60.
Yeah, it's like 60,000.
It is.
Yeah,
So that's what we need to be saying, because it's 50 grand a year.
Yeah.
plus the maintenance on the other 2 older trucks.
So.
I guess, I mean,
Yeah,
but
you need to
still.
can that 16 grand, because it's falsifying people's hopes. 16
Well,
grand
no,
ain't
it's
nothing.
not. If you don't order them first,
Well, I know, that's only
Change me.
16 grand, but another year, it's 16 plus 50.
I think you're on the same
Exactly.
page. He thinks
Yeah.
that the damage is more than 16.
If you look at what we paid, 460, and in 2 years, that same truck cost 560, that's 100 grand. Now we're talking 16. I mean, for every year, we're talking $56,000 we're standing here
Yeah.
twiddling our thumbs
Yeah,
on a truck. We're going to have to justify to the taxpayers how $56,000 a year, we saved $16,000 a year in maintenance, but we cost you $60,000. That pretty much sum it up?
We also need to justify why we're still buying a truck.
Yeah, that's right. We still gotta do that. I'm just saying, you need to get rid of that 16 grand and start putting the 50 grand on top of what it, you know. Does that make
500 to
sense?
save that money.
That's
It's hard.
right. That's
Story
right.
itself.
That's
So,
right.
it just-
That's right, because next year it's 560, it's gonna be 610.
Yeah.
Plus 16 grand,
yeah.
okay? Does that make sense?
Plus interest rates may go up.
Or whatever.
Jim, anything else?
That's all I have.
I'm just.
Just help me out, Marcus.
I'm just, man, that's a lot of freaking money. I need to get in the fire department making truck business for 50
Well,
grand a year.
it's all metal.
anyways.
It's all metal. It's all it's metal prices.
Metal and lead.
No, ma'am, I don't have anything, thank you.
The only thing I'd say is, it's always budget time and people have questions, but your experience on 5 Highway brings it out. There's an auto accident. Why didn't the county sheriff and EMS take care of it?
Oh, they were there.
Well, who carried her out?
We did.
That's why. You guys are first responders. As been mentioned last year, you guys are firemen. You should only fight fires. Now, first responding, I'd just like to talk about Roberta being paramedics, EMTs, driver operators, all car accidents, all spills, fires too, medical calls. You guys hit it all and do it very well, and I appreciate the effort.
You're here.
Keep it up.
You're here.
Thank you. So, just a comment, the goal of our department is to follow the rules of our charter as well as Rick does a great job protecting lives and property. So we do this within the confines, and it needs to be mentioned, of a very frugal budget, and it meets the needs of the communities that make up the fire district, which is Lansing, Delaware, and High Prairie. So we talk about spending money on trucks and other things, but at the end of the day, when you look at the amount that we ask our taxpayers to pay, is a small amount for protection, even on limited incomes. And so we take it real serious when we're looking to raise mills. And when it comes to spending, with Jim's oversight and Rick managing it, he never goes above and always is on budget. So there's some positives in there, and I appreciate it. So other than that, we need a motion to adjourn.
I so move we adjourn.
I second.
And I remind you guys, don't leave because you got a lot of paperwork to sign. I'm going to read.
Jim Westmoreland,
Yes.
Marcus Major,
Yes.
Jim Fricky,
Yes.
Dean Moberg,
Yes.
Jeff Plant.
Yes.